The events of yesterday have shaken our community to its roots.
Oh, I don't think there's any question in my mind that this was premeditated. He went out hunting these people down, and it was very much a purposeful act.
What happened on the streets and in the neighborhoods of Grand Rapids is so uncharacteristic that it boggles the mind to even imagine that it could happen here.
Breaking news this noon, we now know and have more details on that tragic mass murder that took place in our city. A bloody crime spree that continues to rattle nerves all around Grand Rapids.
One thing we learned today, the names and the relationships of all the victims killed at these two scenes on Plainfield and on Brinell Court. The victim killed in the Brinell Court location were Jennifer Herron, an ex-girlfriend to Rodrick Dantzler, Camry Dantzler, the daughter of the two, plus Jennifer's father and mother, Thomas and Rebecca Herron. At the Plainfield location, Kimberly Emkins, an ex-girlfriend of Dantzler, Amanda Emkins, Kimberly's sister, and her daughter, Marissa Emkins. Amanda is the only one that we have a picture of at this hour.
Our team coverage began yesterday afternoon. It has not let up since. And 24 Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is live on Brinell Court with more on the victims. But we start with Tony Televia with new details from that news conference that just concluded not long ago. Tony?
Good afternoon to you, Brett. Police Chief Kevin Belk at this news conference talked about some of the efforts that were made to stop this suspect prior to the hostage situation. That scene that we've been showing you pictures of at Division and Fulton, where there were gunshots in the window of a police vehicle and another vehicle that was involved as well. The police chief says that an officer tried to ram the victims and did ram the suspect, I should say, rammed the suspect's car to try and stop that suspect. The chief also talked about gunshots that were fired at the suspect's car by two officers, one round each, on US 131 traveling northbound. He also talked about the fact that after the suspect fired shots inside the home while there were hostages inside, that members of the Grand Rapids Police Tactical Unit did enter that home. Still, most of the negotiation was taking place with the negotiating team that was further away outside the home. Now, we also talked about we asked the chief about the outpouring of support that this department has received. Here's a little bit of what he had to say when we asked him for his response to that.
Community, and I call you today to care for your neighbor. Talk to each other.
Apparently we don't have that sound. The chief said a lot of people are praying for this department and this officers. It was an emotional response from the chief. We hope to have it for you later today. Now, the chief also talked about running through the series of things leading up to this incident. He said he wasn't sure about the mental status of the suspect in this case. He didn't have an exact timeline for when these two murder scenes happened, the one on Plainfield, the one on Brinell Court, but he did again confirm that one of the victims in this case was in fact the suspect's daughter. Live in downtown Grand Rapids, Tony Televia, 24 Hour News 8.